Let's get ready to rumble!
The gloves are coming off.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable!
We're about to go full court press.
Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan!
It's time to play ball.
Malone looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one! Deep left field! That goes Upton! Back near the wall! It's out of here! Bartolo has done it! The impossible has happened!
Listen in as we tackle everything in the world of sports right now.
Stay off the weed!
Throw your hat in the ring at 516-572-7440. This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
And here we go, everybody. Welcome to WHPC Sports Talk, currently 4:03 p.m. I am Michael Merlo, joined by Joshua Uhmai, Gina Holstead, and Matt Leonard. Guys, last night, it looked like we were getting somewhere. It looked like the spring season was going to be fulfilled in a very nice way, and now we are back to dark and depressing times. Again, welcome to WHPC Sports Talk. The number to join, 516-572-7440. I hope you like our new intro. Big thanks to Justin Greenberg for putting that together.
Justin, yes.
Beautiful for us this morning. Very, very nice.
I hear this music and I expect to hear Ernie Johnson, but your voice is too great too, Mike.
Oh, thank you very much. To be compared to Ernie Johnson is a great, great compliment.
I guess I can be Charles Barkley.
Can I take Shaq then? No, you got it, man. You got Shaq. Who am I left with?
Shut
Kenny?
up, Chuck.
You can be Kenny.
Kenny? Okay. I can take
Chuck,
that. I'll take that.
shut up.
Man, Shaq, your takes are terrible. You just gotta stop it. Terrible. Terrible.
I wish I could laugh right now, but I really just can't.
It's sad.
No.
So let's talk. Last night, the players and the owners met until about 2:30 a.m. There was a sense of production. There was a sense that they were getting somewhere. The owners made it seem like there was a much more progress than there actually was. They then came out today and said when they started meeting with the players that their tone had changed. The players are saying on social media, went to the owners saying, our tone hasn't changed. You guys just thought we were closer than we actually were. And when the numbers have just come out these past 20 minutes now, it is pretty clear that they were never really close.
Mike, to your point to open the show, it's like there was all this like positivity and hope being peddled out by the media. And you just get the sense like, is the MLB gaslighting their own fans?
That's exactly what they did.
That's how I feel.
That's kind of what it is.
I went to bed at around 11:30 last night. We got home from our all-staff meeting, which was wonderful, by the way. I really enjoyed myself. And I'm being serious. I enjoy those things. And, you know, the sense was as we were leaving, they're still meeting, and they're going to work into the night, and they're working at it. And Rob Manfred was involved in these talks. And Rob Manfred had come out and say, listen, we are committed to getting a deal done today. We want this done now. And the players felt very pressured into possibly accepting a deal that they didn't want, that they were going to be pressured into. And ultimately, that's why they did not meet. I mean, they did not make an agreement last night, and that the players wanted to cut things off and resume today, this afternoon, this morning. And things have changed, and they haven't gone the way, I guess, the owners expected.
I think this whole thing is getting to a point where it is, we knew it was ridiculous from the start. They didn't meet for however many days, over a month. They didn't meet from the lockout started. We get that. Now I'm at a point where I had hope coming in today. They extended the deadline. That's great. That means maybe they're trying to lock themselves in a room and not come out until this thing is fixed. But I have no clue when this is going to end, and it makes me very, very sad.
The owners extended their deadline was 12 a.m. yesterday. They extended it to 5 p.m. today. So essentially, unless they decide like they did last night to meet past the deadline, which I don't think they're going to, because according to the owners, their last proposal was their best and final offer. They believe that it's, fair for the players and the owners. I doubt they're going to meet past this. And the really scary part is that, like you said, Matt, they don't meet for 43 days. In December and January, they met. I think middle of January. So you went almost a month and a half without meeting. Then your first few offers in January were not in good faith. It took you they were in Jupiter, Florida for 9 freaking days. 9 days. Sat with each other, met with each other, and nothing got done. Not much got done. To the point now where you are going to miss regular season games for the first time in over close to 30 years. I think 23 years. No, more. More. I don't know. What's 95? 95.
94, and that
Quick
was math. 22 plus 6, so 28 years.
It's really sad what they're doing to their fan base. They're arguing over money that their fan base has given them, right? We do realize this, right? Mm-hmm. The people pay the owners to go watch the players, and the owners pay the players with the money the fans give them. Without the fans, there's nothing, and they're alienating their fan base.
I mean, just the disrespect that MLB shown to their fans too, and I don't blame the players because they got to stand like firm in what they want. I mean, there has been labor peace for a while now, but the players have kind of gotten disrespected a lot along the way. I mean, from their salaries getting cut into and all this, and it's just it's crazy. So I don't blame them, but just the cockiness from the owners, like you said, guys, just to not meet for 40 days. That's directly disrespectful to the fans. You're wasting time.
The players, too.
We want to see a season start on time.
So the players want a season on time.
Yeah.
And all this false hope, man. I mean,
yes.
I woke up at 3 o'clock last night to check my phone to see what happened. And all this great news about the owners were willing to go down on the luxury tax rates. And they were willing to go up with their numbers, and the draft picks weren't going to be an issue, and the players were giving up on this pre-arbitration pool of a ton of a big percentage. The nerdy talk that we don't really have to get into. It just felt like there was a path for a deal, that they weren't going to leave Jupiter, Florida in the next and Matt asked me today, before all this news came out, do you think it's going to be today? And I said no, I think it'll be tomorrow. I honestly thought it would be tomorrow when we got a deal done. I don't know. I don't know when they get a deal done. Like, is it a month from now? I think that's best case at this point. If they have a deal in a month, and they start in May, that's best case in my opinion.
I think Jeff Passan put it best when he said something along the lines of, the owners say they don't care about missing games in April. What's to stop them from saying that about May, then June, then July, and it keeps going? Like, do they really care about the sport or even playing? Because they're still making money.
They don't care. They will make money. Honestly, I don't know how long they make money for. I think there's a certain cutoff point where they have to start paying back their regional networks and the people that are supposed to televise games. So I think April they're clear, and then May I think they have to start paying money out of their pocket. So that's probably when they'll want this deal done. But it just doesn't look good. I mean, again, it's been a piece of hair on the mic. Get that away. I hate hair.
That's probably me.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, your beard.
Yeah.
I noticed it yesterday, too. Your beard is very... Did you trim it a little bit?
A little bit. It gets wild a little sometimes, so you gotta,
it was clean shaven, but it was... I shouldn't say clean shaven. It was like... I don't even know what it's called. It was lined up nice, but it was long. I'm like, wow, Josh has got I forgot to mention it yesterday.
It was well kept.
I'm like, Josh's beard is big.
Yes, but sometimes it winds up on the mic and everything. So. I talk really close to it sometimes. That's on me. My bad.
No, hey, listen.
They always say one fist away. That's the rule. I don't like that, but
what
one fist? Yeah, think about that for a second.
This.
About that distance, yeah.
I get a little closer.
I get closer too, yeah, exactly.
I'm more like one finger away.
Well, like what direction? Like pointing at it? Or like, why are we talking about this?
This is
microphone talk.
WHPC microphone talk.
But in all seriousness, what was I about to say? Oh,
he lost it all.
This is what I was about to say. I was so optimistic at one point, and I shouldn't have done this. I confirmed plans for the opening weekend.
Oh, you screwed everybody.
I confirmed plans. I didn't really confirm plans. I found
Did you
out.
buy tickets?
No, I found out about something.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I found out that my friend had bought a ticket already for a game that I didn't know I had a ticket to yet.
So it's his fault.
I mean, technically, no, but he bought it a while ago and just never told me.
Oh. So this is the owner's fault again. I'll go with that.
It's all the owner's fault. And listen, they made concessions, right? They did, but not enough concessions. And the players made concessions. The players went down with some asks. But at the end of the day, guys, we're not getting baseball. We're not getting it for a really long time. 516-572-7440 to join the show, please. We want to hear from you. Deja vu moment just now.
Really?
Big time.
Really?
Like I was in this situation already.
Well, I mean, you did this yesterday.
Like
we
I
talked about
dreamt
this yesterday.
of it. No, like this.
You were in the exact same seat saying this yesterday.
This moment just happened where it was bad news, where we were so upset. Anthony wasn't here. I don't know. We miss Anthony.
I'm upset because Anthony's not here. That
But
upsets me.
This is
Anthony, come back, will you?
I mean,
You're listening. I know you're listening.
Woke up today with so much positivity. I jumped out of bed this morning after not being able to go to bed from 3 to 5 o'clock. I had like
do a
6
show at 9
hours
in the morning.
Yeah, and I did a show at 9 in the morning, and I sounded like crap again.
You still sick and can't go to the doctor?
No, still can't go to the doctor because I'm sick. I feel a lot better, but I was just so congested in my nose. I'm like, I sound like crap. What am I going to do? But I was so happy. I woke up with so much energy today. And everything gone. Optimism. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to be in a bad mood until they fix this.
Oh, of course.
I have nothing to look forward to. I have nothing. You watch. I'm not going to be here a lot because I'm about to start planning a ton of vacations.
Before you answer that, I bet you $1 million that's Anthony. Go.
Anthony, what's up?
Yes!
You know.
Yeah!
I don't know. I just guessed.
I was going to do the whole first time, long time, hey, Mike, first time, long time.
It was a good guess. And I don't want to know it was you, so it doesn't matter.
Listen, my problem here is...
Hey, wait, hold on one second. Why aren't you here today?
I had a doctor's appointment, and then they decided, we're going to take forever just to go see the doctor. That takes less than 5 minutes.
See, Anthony can go to the doctor
for like 45 minutes.
Well, I'm happy Anthony.
Anthony can get into the doctor. You can't.
So after...
Listen, I'm not happy about the doctors as well, Mike. I mean, they annoyed me as well.
Okay. So. Well, I mean, he did say he was going to be here last night, and he was supposed to host at one point.
Yeah,
remember that?
That's true.
He was supposed to
I
host.
think all four of us at one point hosting duties, and then we all just threw it to each other.
Yeah. Hey, I took it.
It was supposed to be Josh, then it was you, then it was like, I don't know, because Dom's not here, so.
So I asked Anthony...
So why did I call then? Are you going to just berate me the whole time?
No, you're good now. You can go. You can go now.
Why do you think we tried to get you to call?
Yeah. Listen, I hate to sound like a boomer here, but baseball's changed, and it's changed for the worse. The owners are just, this is completely greedy. Josh put it the best. They're gaslighting us. We're going to have a deal done. Yeah, okay. Well, if you had a deal done, it almost feels like the owners don't want a deal done at all. Like it took them this long to meet, but we want a deal done. We're willing to negotiate. Well, clearly you aren't, because the numbers are vastly different. And, me and Mike have talked about this before, but there's no salary floor. So we have cheap owners like the Pirates owner and the Orioles and our friend Artie Moreno that just won't spend. So Artie, the boy Artie. But I just don't understand, why this is happening to such a loyal fan base in baseball. But I don't know. That's just my stupid opinion. But anyway, so I'll hang up and listen, Mike.
Appreciate it. He did hang up. He's going to listen, hopefully. He's right, and it's just a very loyal fan base that has stuck with a sport where if you go back to the last strike and last work stoppage, they had no reason to come back. And slowly they brought people back, and the steroid era definitely helped with that.
So we need steroids.
I don't know if we need steroids, but they have trashed their fan base. This isn't the first time. It's not going to be the last time. They're going to miss games, and it is just truly sad that they are ruining the great game of baseball. There are people that are fringe baseball fans that will say, they want to do this, I'm out. Or it's just going to be an out of sight, out of mind thing. Because when we think about it, what's about to happen in a week and a half? NFL free agency.
March Madness in 2 weeks. Big trades in the NFL could be coming. The draft is almost
month and a half away.
NBA playoffs in a month, 2 months.
Yep.
NBA playoffs in a month and a half. Come
Hockey
on.
playoffs, even.
Hockey playoffs soon. And you have a team here in New York that is very good. They don't understand what they're doing. That if they do miss games, I don't really think they understand the magnitude of it. They don't understand how much they're going to destroy this game, and it's not anybody's fault but the owners. And the fans have every right to crush them, every right to be upset, every right to cancel season tickets, every right to cancel any subscription you have, like your MLB TV, although they already did it themselves. They didn't even let you do it. If you have an MLB TV subscription and it renews annually every March 1st, they didn't even let you cancel it. They said, we're just going to let you have it until we figure things out.
Really?
Yeah. The MLB...
Why is mine taken away? What is that about? I had it.
Major League Baseball hired a PR guy. I don't know his name. I do know that he was a campaign manager for a former president, and I don't know which president. I should have done this research before, but I just popped into my head now. He was a former campaign manager for a president. You should have known that they were never going to argue. They were never going to negotiate in good faith. They didn't care. That they were just going to try and spin this off as, and this is what they're doing now, go on social media, at 5 p.m., it's going to be, it was their fault, no, it was their fault, it was their fault, and guess what? We don't care, because we didn't get what we want. We're just left with nothing.
You know, Mike, the word I would use to best describe the MLB owners based on what we've seen the past couple months is just arrogant. Not even the past couple months, just years back now. Yeah, because you talked about the fringe fans. I mean, loyal fans, yes, they're trashing them with their inconsistency.
Because they always have them.
Yeah. They're always going to be around, but it's the fringe fans and it's the casual fans that you need to keep around. That the NBA has kind of kept more around.
Yes.
The NFL has done a great job of keeping around.
Because especially with the NBA, you have fans of players more so than teams.
Exactly.
And there's more to watch. There's more excitement. We're going to get to a player that is very exciting to watch in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking news from Jeff Passan. MLBPA player leaders agreed unanimously to not accept MLB's final proposal, and there will be no deal on the collective bargaining agreement before MLB's 5 p.m. Eastern deadline, sources tell ESPN. MLB has threatened to cancel its March 31st opening day without a new deal.
There it is.
So this is going to be the first missed game since...
so they're only missing one game? That isn't that bad.
Well,
they're going to miss a lot more.
They're going to miss a lot more than that.
I'm saying as of now, let's say they meet tomorrow and they miss one game. I don't care.
No, but that's not the point. If they were able to, they're not going to meet tomorrow because there's no reason to.
Okay.
If they were moving in the right direction starting today, then they would have kept going with talks. The MLB, the owners would have not said, this is the last and final offer, take it or leave it. They wouldn't have done that. The owners, the players do not like a deadline. They don't think deadlines help. And, this is going to be the first work stoppage since 94-95, and
wow,
it is very, very depressing.
I read up on the details of this best and final offer, too.
Yeah.
And it's funny that the MLB reporters phrased it like that, because it's still very far away from what the players wanted and asked for.
Right.
And it's been well documented that they asked for, yeah.
I'll read it very, very quickly. Nerd Talk here on WHBC Sports Talk.
It's like Moneyball.
All right. So the collective bargaining threshold, the luxury tax threshold, was currently at $210 million in the last year of the agreement. For last season, it was at $210. The owners proposed $220 million for the first 3 years, $224 in the fourth, $230 in the fifth. A $5 million increase in pre-arbitration pool bonus money to $30 million, up $5 million from their last offer. That was never in place, so this is a new thing, that pre-arb bonus pool.
Mm-hmm.
An increase of minimum salaries from $675,000 to $700,000, moving up $10,000 a year. This was MLBPA's offer. The thresholds for the luxury tax starting at $238 million, so there's a $18 million difference there. That's the first year. The second year goes up to $244. There's a $24 million difference there. A $30 million difference in the third year because the players wanted at $250. The owners are still staying at $220 at that point, and then $256 in the fourth year and $263 in the final year of the CBA. So no deal. That is it. The pre-arbitration pool. Players won $85 million. There's a $55 million difference there. Minimums, those are pretty close. $725,000 was proposed from the players. $20,000 a year it goes up.
A $60 million difference.
About a $65 million difference.
Yikes.
Yeah. So
they were never close.
Very far apart.
They were never close, and MLB and Rob Manfred portrayed as if they were. And they went into those meetings last night, and there was a report out there that I read. The owners want it done. Manfred wants it done. That's why he's here. That's why he's in the middle of these negotiations. And they didn't get it done, and it was all a PR stunt for the owners to now come out and say, we are canceling games, we're going to probably cancel the first week, and it's the players' fault because they weren't negotiating in good faith. In reality, it was the owners that did it. I don't want the blame game. If they play this freaking blame game like they do all the time, I'm going to be so mad because I don't care whose fault it was. The end result is bad, so who cares whose fault it was?
Mike, because I'm a big NBA fan,
right?
So there's this thing with Woj and Shams that one guy is the owner's reporter and then one guy is the player's reporter. I'm interested if you know like the MLB dynamic of that.
Passan is the players,
absolutely. Yeah.
John Heyman is the owners. He's also Scott Boris's. You know what?
Yeah.
The other guys are
lapdog.
The other guys are basically just
neutral.
Kind of neutral, but they all really side with the players.
Okay, so in that case, I'm not looking forward to seeing a bunch of John Heyman tweets about.
I never look forward to seeing John Heyman tweets.
In general, but
John Heyman will defend the owners that they went up. They went up, with this certain, agreement, with this certain issue.
Yep.
They went up, with their minimum salary bonus. It's not good. And they're destroying the sport. One thing that was almost agreed upon was a 12-team playoff. So basically, with a 14-team playoff, ESPN would be paying Major League Baseball $100 million a year for a 14-team playoff, and that first wild card week going to ESPN. With 12 teams, it would be about $85 million a year. So, loss of money.
What is $15 million to a corporation like Major League Baseball?
When you multiply it out
every year,
when you multiply it out for 7 years, I think it's a 7-year deal.
Yeah. So 15 times 7, that's 105.
Would it be 45?
No, 15 times 7, 105, right?
I don't know. Who cares about numbers right now?
Someone check this.
The players
Yes?
The players are leaving Florida.
105. Okay.
They're leaving Florida.
The players are leaving Florida.
Well, there goes meeting tomorrow.
No meetings tomorrow. Can't really tell you when it's going to be. I can't really tell you when they're going to meet again.
Who knows?
One player leader called the league's proposal a slap in the face, saying the owners want players to lose pay.
Do we know who this is?
They don't care. I don't know. They didn't say. They don't care. They just don't care about April. And that was the fear going into it. They don't care about April. And they don't. They clearly don't.
Now, my question would be, because we know there's not going to be a start of the season on March 31st. So,
Right. No.
How does this impact or further hurt the popularity of the game, which has already suffered substantially the last couple of years?
Again, you'll never lose the diehards. You'll never lose the diehards.
But how many of those are left? They're dying. Like they're old.
True.
Yeah.
True. I think for a little while they'll see, they'll see ratings maybe dip a little bit, but their revenue is still good. They're making money. They're making a ton of money. For people to say that baseball is dying, it's true and it's false. The money the teams are making is big time. Now, their national TV ratings aren't great, but they have the best regional numbers out of any sport. Mm-hmm. So it's not a dying sport. It's just they're not up with the times. They don't get
The casual sports fan doesn't care.
Right.
Yeah, they have a real great group of diehard fans that are there every night.
Absolutely.
But they don't have the casual fan. Like the NBA has the casual fan.
I feel like the NFL does the best job of capturing the casual sports fan because, like, no matter who you are, you're watching the Super Bowl if you live in America. You just are.
$250 million, I think.
Watched it? in America?
Yeah.
So that's like
206 million.
That is almost 2/3 of the country's population watching one game.
Did I say that right? 250 million?
Yeah. So 250 million is a quarter.
They think about 250 million people watch it.
So that's like over 2/3 of America's population watching the one game.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's insane.
And
the NFL is great at marketing their everything. Like,
right.
They do it right.
And I feel like just casual fans, I think one of you guys made this point earlier, they're better, or they're more attached to individual players.
Yes.
Right. So the better you market your players, like the NBA does the best job.
Oh my God. If baseball marketed Mike Trout the way the NBA markets LeBron James and LaMelo Ball, are you kidding me?
I mean, yeah, and we've talked about this earlier too. Like Mike Trout doesn't really want to be marketed like that.
I don't care.
One guy,
He's the best player in the game.
But you have Fernando Tatis Jr. You
love that.
You have Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yes.
All these guys, superstars.
You have so many young superstars in your game.
Athletic guys too.
Honestly, Pete Alonso to an extent.
So many young superstars that are incredibly likable and incredibly easy for young kids to gravitate to.
Absolutely.
And we forget this part. The kid, they are very focused on getting kids into baseball. Playing baseball, watching baseball.
That's the future.
Mm-hmm. That's the future. And what's going to happen, Josh? All these kids, no matter, gender, race, whatever it is, they will ask their parents, when's baseball going on? Baseball's not happening. Okay, let's watch the NBA playoffs. And that's what it's going to be. Out of sight, out of mind.
That was so good.
Out of sight, out of mind. They're going to watch basketball. They're going to watch playoff basketball. And when baseball comes back, maybe we'll go back. Maybe. We're entertained with basketball
The kids' attention span is just so small that
Yes.
you're not playing it. They're not playing baseball. So what's anybody going to do? 516-572-7440. This is from Evan Drelich, who is very good with this stuff. It's unclear right now when the sides will start negotiating again. Bruce Meyer and Dan Halem to deliver the news that the players had rejected the league's last offer of the day and deadline. Around 30 to 40 players were on call just now deciding what to do. So they don't know when they will be back, but it's most likely not going to be soon.
It's such a shame.
Yeah.
Even as Mets fans here,
forget about it.
We had so much to look forward to.
There was so much hope.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say for once. We can hope like this every year. This is different, though. This year is a lot more.
This was different hope. Different hope. And listen, there's going to be a season, right? But baseball fans and traditionalists like myself, there is something about a 162-game season. And when you don't play 162 and you play even if it's 130 or 140, the numbers that those guys are going to accumulate, you can't compare to another season. So it's different already. A 60-game season, listen, it's whatever. If they played 130 games and you had teams make the playoffs and that World Series champion would be legit. I mean,
more than the Dodgers in 2020,
more than the Dodgers in 2020. Even if they played 100 games, I think people will still feel like as long as you have a champion that was, projected to be a good team and was a good team and they win, you'll be fine. Just like people do view the Dodgers. Okay, the Dodgers were the best team coming in. And they won it.
They got Mookie Betts. They were great that year.
If the Marlins went to the World Series that year, we said, okay, it's a illegitimate World Series. But the Dodgers were a legitimate World Series in 2020. But it's different. And it's not the same baseball that we love. And it's not a normal season. And that's what they're taking away from us. And they don't care. That's the worst part about it. You are listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Michael Merlo, along with Joshua Uhmai, Gina Holstead, and Matt Leonard. Guys, let's back away from that. Of course, we'll take your calls, 516-572-7440. We'll talk about anything you want. Might even have some time for the NFL in a little bit. We are going to talk a little NBA here, though.
Yay!
And,
Hi, Gina.
What's up, Gina?
Yeah,
how did you get here? Wow.
I don't know anything about baseball. Like, I play softball, but I don't watch it.
I'm going to be watching a lot of girls softball, I'll tell you that much. I'm serious. I swear to God.
College baseball really interests me now.
It's good.
Can't get into the college baseball for whatever reason.
I like watching it more because, more now, I'm saying because there's nothing on. But
Listen, if we're announcing, I don't know if we're even allowed to say this. If we're doing the broadcasting,
if we do it,
the baseball and softball games here in Nassau. I mean, at least that'll take up some time. But still,
baseball is one of those sports for me where I have to be like actually at a game in order to enjoy it. I can't sit down and watch it on TV.
Well, a lot of people feel like that too.
Yeah, I can't. It's just it's like football. Like I have to be there at the game because you know
football's fun to watch on TV.
The pace changes. You know, after like one big play, they have like a 30-second, like a 25-second break, and then they go to the next play. Basketball's not like that, so you know.
It's more like motion.
Yeah, exactly.
That's another thing too. I mean, I don't want to go back to baseball, but just the pace of the game too. Those issues where there's like 2-minute stoppages before action. Like every.
I like that about the game.
You really?
I do. I'm very traditionalist when it comes to baseball. I love that about the game of baseball.
You got to have a certain attention span, sure, but I agree.
Yeah,
I love that part of baseball.
I don't have that attention span, man.
Mine ain't there either.
That's why baseball is unique. It's not for everybody, but they have their diehards, and they have a great group of fans like that.
Okay.
But you're risking it. You know, you're putting yourself out there. And if you listen to any other radio station around the country, you have fans calling in, whether they're fans that have already lost love for the game or have said, I came back after the strike in 94, 95, and I said I wasn't going to, but I came back. But if they do it to me again, I'm done. And these are diehard fans that they bleed whatever color their favorite team is. Not good. Not good. DraftKings just emailed me special profit boost. So boy, I actually have a lock tonight. I'll give it quick. I won't even
save that
play
for tomorrow.
No, I got one tomorrow too.
Okay.
2 locks actually today. Providence is taking on Villanova. I like Villanova minus the 9.5. Might seem like a lot. Villanova minus the 9.5. And Oakland College University against IUPI, some random school.
Where do you find these teams from?
Oakland minus 23 tonight. They're going to win by 30. Watch out.
What?
Yes. They're going to win by 30. They got to cover 23, so let's see what happens. All right, let's talk about the NBA.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I want to start. I mean, the local teams don't really mean anything to me right now. Something that does mean something to me, though, is Ja Morant.
Oh my God. Really? Yo.
And,
crazy.
You know, I wanted to bring him up a couple of days ago, and we just didn't have the time, I guess. He's so damn electrifying.
I was hyped the other night when RJ dropped 46.
And they still lost, though, man. Like, come
they
on.
lost, but I was like, yeah, finally, RJ Barrett's coming into his own. I don't have to hear about John Morant and even Zion, even though he's out.
Yeah.
Like, they're obviously a different level of talent. But
I mean, Zion's got that whole parade float you showed me in Mardi Gras. It's like a fat Zion or whatever.
Did we mention that during the show?
That is what?
Did we mention that during the show yesterday?
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, the Zion float from Mardi Gras.
Oh, my goodness.
That's named Setback.
Yeah.
And there's a picture
so
of
bad.
Zion
so bad.
It's so mean. It's
like Zion gained like 200 pounds.
That man be eating them seafood balls down there in New Orleans.
he got the beignets. He's got the
crawfish. Oh, God.
Yeah, that jambalaya, whatever. Yeah, he getting it in. I ain't mad at him. You can't be mad at him. It's New Orleans. Come on, all that seasoning, man.
Right when he got drafted, it was funny, too, because I know New Orleans.
They knew it. They already knew.
Yeah. Their food is different down there.
Yeah.
It can really catch up to you. But, yeah, they had an image of Zion, and it was 1 ton.
It said 1 ton, yeah.
It was the meanest thing ever. Like, but
I think Zion, he's like 20 years old, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
let the kid be 20 years old and figure his life out. Like, come on.
He just wants to, tank his own value to get to the Knicks in a couple of years. So.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Like, everybody that's not a Knicks fan obviously cares. And like, oh, what is Zion doing? This is bad for him. He's going to be another Greg Oden. I'm like, I already know what it is.
Imagine him and RJ Barrett again. Back together.
And Cam Reddish.
And Cam Reddish. Oh my goodness. Yo, did you see Cam Reddish a little bit in that
a little bit, yeah. That's how he comes in. Yes, that's his role pretty much.
I know, right? But when he comes in, he definitely makes like an impact with the minutes that he's getting, and he should definitely be getting more minutes.
That seems to be his thing. It's just not his thing. Thibodeau's thing, obviously. But Reddish doesn't play.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about the Knicks?
We brought up.
Yeah, I brought up RJ because we were talking about Ja Morant.
Yes, thank you.
I was so hyped that RJ was finally coming into his own, and he wasn't going to have to get compared to the other two guys as much. But then Ja Morant drops 46 a couple of nights ago.
And then his career high of 52.
And then 52 yesterday. And I'm just like, he's different.
Did you see that buzzer beater that he made,
I was about to say that, the buzzer beater.
Oh, my goodness.
The pass was better by Steven Adams, by the way. The inbound pass was better than the shot.
Yeah.
That play was unbelievable. I thought
That
it was
was
fake.
insane.
I thought it was fake.
That's not even the most impressive part of his game yesterday.
At all.
Did you see that dunk over what's his name?
Posterized.
Jacob Puddle, however you say his name?
Jakob Poeltl.
Jakob Poeltl. Whoa,
Yeah, that's how you say
I
it.
was way off.
It's okay.
Jakob Poeltl, is it?
Yeah, Poeltl, right? That's the hard part.
Okay. But that dunk was unbelievable.
He's always trying to dunk on like the tallest player. Like you remember the clips where he keeps on trying to dunk over Rudy Gobert? He's gonna get it.
Yeah, and he got it. It finally
Good for him to keep trying.
I know, right? Yeah,
Right?
He's gonna get it eventually.
My-
Gets
my
one of the better defensive players in the league.
My favorite one is when he almost completely cleared Kevin Love and then missed the dunk.
Yo, that was wild.
It was a rookie. That was absolutely insane.
Rob Manfred is going to speak to the media at 5 Eastern
Hooray!
to let us know that the season will be delayed.
Clown.
But you know what? You talk about RJ, Josh, and I'm sitting here thinking last night after I'm watching the highlights from this game, and I'm saying to myself, imagine this guy in New York City. Not even a dig at Knicks fans. This really isn't. I'm not trying to rub it in at all. I know it sounds like I am, but I'm not. Just think about how electric this city would be with this guy playing every night. In my opinion, right now, he's big time. He's box office. He's one of the 3 players you want to say you want to go watch, no matter what. If the Grizzlies are in town, you go and watch this kid play live in person.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that entire, I think it was 2018, 2019 Knicks team? They were terrible, worst record in the league, but we were following these 2 guys, Zion Williamson, number 1, and John Morant, number 2.
Yep.
And we're just certain that we're going to get one of those 2.
Yep.
Now, I love RJ Barrett, but
I would rather have one of the other 2.
absolutely.
John Morant is looking like a home run.
You were a pick away from John Morant. You were a pick away from Steph Curry. I mean, what else? Can we go down in history and go through any worse?
The best thing about the Steph Curry pick is the pick after the Knicks was DeMar DeRozan.
Right.
Oh, come on.
And that great.
It's the front office. I keep saying this.
Well, it's also, listen, Gina, it's luck too.
It is
Yeah,
luck.
you're right.
You're
because
going
pick
Ja.
away.
You're going Ja too. If you got Ja.
Is it luck or is it Adam Silver kind of?
No, don't do that.
I think
You guys always shut me down when I try to.
But I'm under the assumption, Josh, that they want nothing but the Knicks to be great. They want the Knicks to be the mecca of basketball. They play in the most famous arena in the world. So it's only a good thing for the Knicks to be good.
But they care about the small market teams too now. That's all I'll say on that. But
They do care about the small market teams. I agree with you, but the small market teams are fine, and you don't have an issue with like baseball does with a no salary cap. You can spend the money. You have wealthy owners. You have great revenue sharing. So it's not like money's an issue for these smaller market teams. They have the ability to go get guys. They draft well apparently, and they do sign guys. I'm under the assumption that Adam Silver would want the Knicks to be as good as possible. And if he was going to rig it, he would have put Zion. He wouldn't have put Zion in New Orleans. He would have put Zion on the Lakers. Remember, the Lakers found themselves high up there with that year with the draft lottery, or New York. They would have been in New York.
if the Lakers would have got the number 1 pick that year,
Do you think they trade?
That was the other trader for Anthony Davis.
Do you think they trade Davis? Honest to God.
Oh, that's right, because that was going on too. Oh,
I don't think so. I think
If they got the first pick?
I think they took. I think they take Zion.
Zion was that generational that I think they keep him. They find a way to keep him.
Yeah.
They would have. They may have found a way to have gotten. Imagine that. They didn't trade away Josh Hart. They didn't trade away Brandon Ingram. They had Ingram.
Yes.
They had LeBron. They had Zion. They had
So
Hart.
they're basically the Pelicans now.
Yeah, but with LeBron and a deeper team.
Yeah. You wouldn't have gotten Westbrook if you had all that stuff.
That would be a good thing. The Lakers aren't going to make the playoffs.
No, they're not.
I think their
it's not looking
BPI, ESPN BPI, like projections,
Basketball Power Index, yeah.
has them winning 4 out of the last 19 games.
Ooh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Like the Lakers aren't making the playoffs.
And I know this probably like
so bad.
the first time in how many years that they're not going to make the playoffs because it's the Lakers.
Not
They made
really.
they made the
missed a few
playoffs
years
2
ago.
years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Because LeBron got hurt.
The first LeBron.
That makes
He
sense.
did. Yes, he did get hurt. And they also, I mean, last year they were in the play-in game and they beat the Warriors and they got smoked by the Suns.
But Anthony Davis went down then.
And Davis went down. So
That's the thing too, though. Like, we talk about the Lakers and their addiction to stars and big names, but Mike, you brought up a very good point that I haven't really heard. Like, if LeBron and the Lakers front office, because they're one and the same, Like you can't
Yeah.
tell me that they're
It's LeBron.
separate
make
entities.
decisions.
Yeah. They
He's
make
the GM.
decisions.
He's the coach.
Exactly.
He's the player.
The
Like,
GM is whatever it is, but
I hate that stupid thing.
what
The delay, whatever. I hate that so much.
you're not a La fan?
I'm not a fan. I'm not.
That'll be the one.
I think it's. I think it's less stupid.
But they make joint decisions together. Like we all know this. But if they would have just preached a little more patience with the young guys,
Yep.
and we saw it in LeBron's previous stop too of Cleveland. I mean, who knows? Now they won a championship with Kevin Love, but Andrew Wiggins is a first-time All-Star this year. I don't know because if you're going up
That
against
took a long time to develop, and I think his situation helped him out where he went.
That's true, but can we say not playing with LeBron James would have helped his?
No, but I'm saying the coaching staff around him, everything I think was helpful. Not saying leaving LeBron helped. That obviously doesn't help anybody except Kyrie Irving. But
I mean, it's kind of a moot point since they won a title, but
yeah,
the bottom line
they
is
accomplished their goal. You know,
right. But at the same time, if LeBron would have just had a little more patience, because Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart are all really good players.
Really, I like Ingram where the Pelicans are. I feel like I think they need like just one more piece. Like they have like a signature missing piece for them to be considered like a contending team.
Very quickly, just want to go back to Ja very quickly because I'm going to tie everything into this. So Ja Morant is averaging 27 points.
Wow. Yeah.
6 rebounds and 6.5 assists. Okay. They are 43 and 20. They're currently the 3rd seed in the West.
Ooh.
There are a ton of MVP candidates right now. Okay. Ja Morant, I think, has entered the conversation. DeMar DeRozan is certainly in the conversation. We've talked about not Zion, excuse me. Giannis and Joel Embiid in that conversation. Jokic has to be in that conversation.
I'm not a Jokic fan.
We are talking. Could be an historic. I hope it is an historic finish to an MVP race here toward the end of the season. Is there a name I forgot? Those 5. I say Jokic is 5 on the list.
LeBron earlier in the year, but he fell off a little bit,
and they're not good.
And they're really bad.
They're just not playing well. So I would
like to
take
see
him out.
Embiid win it. I would like to
So
see
would
Embiid.
I.
Yeah, he's really playing good
I don't
this
think
year.
he wins.
I really think he has a shot at winning it.
Kevin
Especially-
Durant before he got hurt.
But
Before he got
he's
hurt.
out. He's out.
exactly.
This is so interesting, like you said.
Is there a 5th guy I missed?
I don't think so. I mean,
I'm gonna go
Embiid,
those 5
Embiid,
really quickly.
Jokic, Giannis, John, DeMar. Yeah,
That's 5.
Those are the 5. DeMar has a serious case too. He has a
got a great case.
legitimate case to win MVP.
Nah, I think Embiid's going to take it this year.
I want Embiid. I want Embiid.
What are your thoughts on a guy? See, it's weird because the Phoenix Suns, they're 2 stars. I feel like neither Booker and Paul, neither one's going to get MVP votes, and they're the best team in the NBA.
Not this year.
That's crazy, though.
Not
They're the
this
best team
year.
in the NBA, and no one's getting MVP votes over
Do
there.
you have Booker's stat line in front of you?
No, I can get it.
But you got to look at like the guys who are MVP contenders and look at the certain circumstances that they're in currently. Like I feel like Ja Morant, he's carrying the Grizzlies.
Yes.
Okay.
So if he won it, that would make sense. Like considering he's averaging 27 points.
But for a while, Joel was carrying. I mean, all these stars that we just mentioned are obviously the main reasons why their teams are in the positions they're in. But Joel, for a point, he was on a stretch of about a month and a half, and he's basically still on it.
Exactly.
Where he's just been going crazy. 40-point triple doubles, 30-point triple doubles. Unbelievable games.
I got
don't
Devin
like-
Booker's stats.
What?
I got Devin Booker's stats.
Oh, let me hear it.
25.5 points, 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists.
He's just not there this
He's
year.
not.
He's not in the conversation.
Chris Paul, but he got hurt also.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
He's a fan. And listen, Booker's fantastic. He's overlooked.
I love Devin Booker.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
But he's not in the conversation.
I don't like Joke. I don't know how to say his last name. Jokic. I don't like him being considered like the MVP.
Why?
in it, though.
I
He's
know,
he's in
and
it.
I know when we talk about MVP, we're talking about like how well the players playing in the
has the
season
stats.
Yeah.
during the season. He has the stats, but I'm like every single year the Nuggets make it to the playoffs and then they just crumble. Like,
Well, it's not a playoff award.
I know, but still, I'm like, I don't.
Can I give you Jokic's numbers very quickly, and then I'll kick it to you, Josh?
I know they're crazy.
25.5 points.
Okay.
13.8 rebounds and 8 assists.
Oh my
I lied. I'm sorry. I lied.
As a center. As a center.
A steal and a half and 0.7 blocks a game.
I lied. He's
Steal
good.
and a
Okay,
half?
he's good.
Oh, and he's a center.
And
a
he's
steal
that
and a
makes
half.
sense. A steal and a
For
half.
a center.
Yeah.
He is the most unique. Like he has like the mind of LeBron, but in this like
In the body of like a dad at a barbecue.
exactly, it's the weirdest thing to watch. But just the way he carries the Nuggets, who don't have their other two best players.
Murray, right? He's out for the season.
Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., who might come back.
I think, yeah, I read that.
Talk about players
yesterday.
the Knicks whiffed on.
we could turn a whole show into players.
I'm sure we could. I'm sure we could.
The West is, the West has got some top-heavy teams there. I mean, listen, you got Golden State, you got Phoenix, you got the Grizzlies, you got Utah, who's very good.
Has a player ever won Most Improved and MVP in the same year?
Who would get it?
Ja.
Oh.
If he wins MVP. I think the Most Improved, he wins. That's easy.
That is a great point. I think he has the highest point per game increase this season.
No question. He made the biggest leap of anybody I've seen this year.
Well, what about, but you could say the same thing for DeMar DeRozan.
That's not Most Improved, though. He's been All-Star level before.
He's been All-Star level, but was he ever MVP level?
He wasn't.
That's different.
He wasn't.
That's
putting
different
up
to me.
Wilt Chamberlain stat lines.
That's true. I think that award is more of like a younger guy came into his own kind of award.
But all right, let me look at.
Then that was Bam Adebayo who came out of nowhere and won it.
Let me look at DeMar then and see. Just compare a couple of years. Compare his other best year.
Ja Morant. He's a guard shooting 50% from the field.
He dunks all the time.
That even then, just living in the paint as a 6'1", 6'2"
He's
guard.
short.
That's insanely impressive.
That is a good shot percentage for a point.
It's incredible, and they're 43-20 right now. They're one game behind the Warriors. I just wonder because I think personally Embiid got it.
Yeah.
James Harden, again, I don't trust him in the playoffs, but we know he will make Embiid's life easier.
So much easier.
In the regular season to close it out. So I think he gets it, but if the Grizzlies march up and they're 3-2 games behind Phoenix and they're the 2 seed, they replace Golden State, and Ja's playing like this, because he's got the NBA world on its ear right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and also, you want to talk about teams that weren't supposed to be there. The Nuggets were supposed to be there. The Bucks, obviously, championship winners, they were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
The Bulls, people had a lot, high expectations. Matt, you were one of them. Mm-hmm. High expectations for this team. I don't know if they expected them to be at this point, but okay, so you probably put them in the same class as where the Grizzlies are, and obviously Philadelphia was expected to be a good team this year, and Joel, of course. So the two biggest surprises, player-wise and team-wise, would go to, Ja and DeMar. Yeah. So it's crazy how they have elevated their teams in just one season. And by the way, DeMar DeRozan, 21.5 points last year, 28.2 this year.
This year, he's averaging 28.2 points.
So that's a 7.
Another deja vu moment.
Wow.
I swear to God. Another deja vu moment.
Wow.
His best season was in 2016-17. He averaged 27 points that year.
Yeah, he's not going to win it. Most Improved, at least, he's not going to win.
I agree with you. I don't think he'll win Most Improved. But it'll be Ja.
That's Ja's award.
But you
Easy.
can make the case.
Yes.
And especially his last 3 years over there with San Antonio.
If there was a Comeback Player of the Year type award, maybe he could win something like that.
Yeah, but he wasn't even hurt.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be hurt. He could be a guy who had a terrible year that comes back. It wasn't a bad year, 21 points.
No, he didn't have a bad year, but if you look at his career with San Antonio, he averaged 21.5 points. And now he comes in 1 year, and he's with Chicago, and they're a top seed in the East, and he's
San
averaging
Antonio
28
was bad
points.
with him.
Yes, they were. They were bad.
That wasn't his fault, though. There was no talent around him, and he wasn't playing his best over there. They let him play how he plays, his own play style, his pace and everything in Chicago, and it's working.
Should I do a cross-promotion here?
Yes.
All right. Should I do the cross-promotion that's supposed to be for this show, even though it's the show that just played before?
That's not the Hannah Stein rule.
That's
so
not
fine.
the Hannah Stein rule.
You're clear.
All right. Then we're going to do this. We're going to talk a little NFL, a little Jets and Giants here. We really don't talk Jets. We really don't. And there is a reason.
Because they're terrible.
No, not that they're terrible. They're in a phase right now where there's just really nothing. They haven't done anything great, but they haven't done anything bad. But
That's true.
we're going to get to their future, obviously, and that's a big. And that's something big, obviously, with their draft picks and the cap they have. But you are listening to WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Michael Merlo, joined by Joshua Uhmai, Gina Holstead, and Matt Leonard. All right, Herbally Yours, Tuesdays.
Say that again?
Herbally?
Herbally.
There's an H.
No, it's a silent H. Herbally.
Okay,
Trust
good.
me.
Herbally Yours, Tuesdays, 3:30 p.m. One of my favorite shows, I'm telling you right now. Hosted by the natural nurse, Ellen Kamai. This show focuses on current issues in natural health, such as natural foods, herbs, or is it
Herbs.
Herbs, okay. Essential oils and mind body techniques.
My favorite cross promo you've ever done is when you said Rabbi Pearl. And
Rabbi
thought,
Pearl.
You thought it was his name. You thought it was his name.
Who lets me do this? Who lets me do this? Who let me win Student of the Year? Oh my God. Anyway.
There's a little plug for yourself. There you go.
I know. You like that? And
Yeah.
Matt wanted to, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're also nominated for an IBS award for football play-by-play. There's no need to brag.
A little award winning.
Y'all making me a little jealous now. Relax.
All right, where am I? I'm all over the place here. Where are my tabs? No computers working for whatever reason in the station. So I can't,
the power's out again.
So I can't print anything. Don't say that. I was
Do not
nervous.
say that.
So nothing.
generator's still working outside. The power's not here.
I know. I hear it.
Jeez.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
It's quiet for a second.
Generator.
There it is.
Yeah, we don't want people at home to hear it though. All right, we'll start Jets here. Listen, the Jets have the 4th pick and they have the 10th pick. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. They could go in a multitude of directions at number 4 overall. They could take the safety, Kyle Hamilton, which I was had a strong opinion on that being no. They shouldn't take the safety, but he is a different type of player. He is fantastic, and if that's the decision they make, I'll be okay with it.
They should
and
learn.
I also want them to make it because I want the
I'm sure
defensive
you
end
do.
or offensive tackle to fall. But that's selfish reasons because the Giants are at 5.
The Jets should learn. Don't take a safety that high again.
You don't think so?
No, because I mean, I don't think it'll turn out to be Jamal Adams, but I think you don't make that mistake twice this close to each other.
I'm on another guy for the Jets and the Giants, by the way.
Let me hear it.
In the secondary.
I know what you're gonna say.
I've gained such an infatuation with Sauce Gardner.
Yep.
Ahmad Sauce Gardner.
Ahmad Sauce Gardner. Like I caught one of his highlight tapes the other day, and I was just watching it.
He's crazy.
Unbelievable.
He's good.
Like, I haven't seen a corner that good in college since, dare I say, Revis.
I was gonna say Revis. Yeah.
They don't throw at him. They're afraid to throw at him.
He was fantastic in the Alabama game too.
Yes, he was very good in that game. Yeah, I mean, I think the Jets could pick him up at 4. I think the Giants could pick him up at 7.
Yeah.
I think the Jets, if he's there, I don't think he will be, could look at him at 10. If he was, I would certainly take him.
Because they both need cornerbacks, especially if you think, what's his name, Bradbury?
Yeah.
If he's
He's
going to
gonna get
gone,
cut.
yeah, then
The problem with Bradbury is that he's making so much money. So he's a player the Giants would probably want to keep. It just, at this time, makes no sense. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they do want to get some younger guys in. They want to cut some cap space, and as they should. Mm-hmm. He's just, making so much money.
So with the Jets having the 4th and the 10th pick, who do you think, what positions do you think that they should look to draft?
You know what the thing is, Gina, with drafts, and I've been looking at this with the Giants for a while now, because the Giants and Jets both have so many needs. So
You can say that again.
they shouldn't take a position. They shouldn't go into this draft and say, we need this position, so we're taking this player. And that's certainly how they do not go into that thinking, oh, we got to take this player because this is the position we need. They're going to go in taking the best available player, getting the best possible value. So the Jets are going to take the best player available at 4. If it's Kyle Hamilton and that's who their best player is, the safety from Notre Dame, they'll take him. If one of the offensive linemen falls and that's their best player available, they'll take him. If they like one of the corners, Sauce Gardner or Derek Singletary,
Singletary.
it's Singletary.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think.
No, it's Stingley. It's Stingley. Derek
let me-
Stingley Jr.
I'll fact check
No,
this.
I'm right.
I think that's right.
Yes.
Derek Stingley Jr., the corner from LSU. If they like
Yeah,
him, they could take him. The offensive lineman, same thing. Defensive end, same thing. So, same thing with the Giants. It's going to be best available player because there's so many needs on both sides. Except quarterback. They're not going to take quarterback. No. Or running back. Or wide receiver. The Jets, I could see the Jets at wide receiver at 10.
There was a mock draft from ESPN. I got to look up who did the mock draft.
Today?
Yeah.
Mel Kuyper's. I didn't.
That was Mel
I looked
Kiper?
a little bit, yeah.
I'm surprised then. Wow.
Mel Kiper Jr., why is that? Did he have the NC State tackle going number 1?
Yes.
Yeah,
he
and that was
did.
today. I forget who he had the Giants taking. I think he had the Giants. I forgot.
The
I
Giants-
really forgot.
The Giants have the 7th. Do
Trying
they
to
have
find it. There we
one,
go.
like a little bit?
Yeah, the NC State tackle going number 1. Aiden Hutchinson 2. That's easy. Evan Neal, the tackle from Alabama, going 3.
Yeah.
Kyle Hamilton to the Jets. Kayvon Thibodeau 5.
See, that's the dream scenario, that the Jets fall in love, for me as a Giants fan, that the Jets fall in love with either one of the offensive linemen or Kyle Hamilton, and they take them. And then they let Kayvon Thibodeau, the star defensive end from Oregon, fall to the Giants at 5. That's my dream scenario.
Here's the interesting part. The 3 top quarterbacks in this draft, here he has them being taken. Guess what order these guys are taken in? Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral, Malik Willis. What order do you think they're taken in?
Willis, Corral, and Pickett.
Pickett taken 11th by the Commanders.
Wow.
Gross.
20 Malik Willis, and 32 Matt Corral of the Lions.
I saw this. I should have known that. That's crazy.
Wait, so this year the Giants have the 5th and the 7th pick?
They have the 5th and the 7th.
They traded for the Bears pick last year.
The Jets have the 4th and the 10th.
Seahawks pick.
That works out. Okay.
Yes.
That works out perfectly.
They really have Pickett going to the commies.
Yes, they do.
Oh, what a great name. This is good.
It's really terrible. What else going on in the world? It's pretty bad.
No,
Yes.
when that news broke, I was like, this is a terrible name. And then I saw the jerseys, and I'm like, this is worse.
Yeah.
They're like,
all just red.
They're going for like the Steelers look, but like more modern, and the colors are disgusting.
It's red and black, and oh god. My question is, why would you name your team something that can be nicknamed the Commies and use their colors of red and yellow? Why would you do that?
Again, one of the worst franchises in all sports, the Washington football franchise. Guys, it's all the time we have for today.
Yes.
We'll be back tomorrow. Very excited. More depression news. Listen, let's say, in all seriousness, there are so many bad things going on in the world right now, right? And we're just getting over a pandemic. And for baseball to do this to their fan base, where there is so much excitement going into a season, finally a normal season, they're in 5 minutes about to have their boss, their commissioner, the leader of the sport, go out there and say, we're not playing opening day, is truly, in this scenario for baseball fans right now, we shouldn't say tragedy because there are many bad things going on in the world, and we respect that and we know that and we're aware, but it is just so tone deaf to not have this done. So sorry to end on such a sad note, but that's what we got to do it. All right.
Well, German Hit Parade is next. I'll be happy.
Oh my God, I can't wait. My whole ride home will be German Hit Parade. Thanks for listening to WHBC Sports Talk for Joshua Uhmai, Regina Holstead, Matt Leonard. I am Michael Merlo here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.